paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you win. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Why did you just do rock for the whole time? Okay. All right. So, what do you want? For or against?
For or against cancel culture? I want to be against.
You want to be against?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind being for.
Okay. I want to be against cancel culture.
And go. Welcome. Hello. This is Sankasa podcast. I am Rowena Tenika. Call me what you want.
And I am Tenika Sam. Call me what you want.
Welcome, guys. I'm so excited because this is like a classic Sankasa podcast episode. It's just me and Tenika kikiing, chatting.
The only one this season.
Yeah, the only one this season.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd do something fun since we love to argue. Yeah, since we love to argue with each other and about things. We like to discuss, as you say. Okay. So we've decided that we're gonna do like for or against cancel culture.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors, and then we're gonna decide who's gonna argue for or against whatever it is. The person who wins is the person who chooses if they're for or against.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we doing? Is it best 2 out of 3? Is that or just one round?
Oh, we can do best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Oh,
let's push these
competitive.
Okay. A little bit. Hang on.
Ready?
No.
Okay. Are we doing
How do you
rock, paper, scissors, shoot? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you win. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Why did you just do rock for the whole time? Okay. All right. So, what do you want? For or against?
For or against cancel culture? I want to be against.
You want to be against?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind being for.
Okay. I want to be against cancel culture.
And go. You start.
Okay. I mean, I guess so. Like, cancel culture. It kind of became a more mainstream thing. Like. When? Like 2015? I feel like when I was in uni, that's when because YouTubers, I feel like that's where it came from.
Yeah, for me, it started with the OG like beauty YouTubers when I was like when they were saying outrageous stuff, and then it would be like just if the public masses were like not agreeing with someone, they would just lambast them on the internet and like they would be cancelled and wouldn't be seen for a bit until they came out with like an apology video.
Those apology
saying
videos.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh my god, yeah. There was so much of that back then, and it was very interesting to kind of, because it's the kind of I don't want to say it's the first time that's happened, because I feel like previously, let's say like 2000s or 90s, it was the tabloids, right? Tabloids were like the cancel culture almost, and like, but this type of mainstream where you literally can just go on your phone and like see like the trending, like James Charles is cancelled or something like that, you know what I mean? Or even just like what was recent, rants and bants. Is it rants and bants?
Rants and bants. I think a lot of podcasts actually,
and like it was I don't think it was cancellation necessarily, but it's just like public discourse over someone's opinion. And
I think the
like
newest host, the one that owns I think Adwati, people weren't really for her too much, so they were trying to cancel her, and like their dynamic on the podcast, I don't know,
changed.
That was one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I personally, I understand the desire for public accountability, and I do believe in public accountability, but I feel like those two things are separate. I feel like cancel culture is very different from public accountability because I feel like public accountability, there's more intention behind it. I feel like the point of cancel culture isn't necessarily at where it stands now and kind of where it originated from. I don't know that it's necessarily or was necessarily born from a place of genuine desire for the person to improve.
But what does accountability look like?
I mean, like in the public sphere.
Yeah, in a public forum.
I think it's a similar. It's just it's the execution, if anything. Like they are two the concepts are the same. Like you want to hold someone accountable versus you want to cancel someone. Okay. Like even just saying that, it's like, oh, what does canceling someone mean? Like you want them to be erased from the face of the earth. You want them to be ostracized. You want them to lose their job. You want them to die. Like there's a lot of people who, when they're canceled, they get death threats. Yeah. They're told to kill themselves. They're told that they're worthless. And that's what I mean by, and I think because of, what is that thing? Not mass hysteria, but
I get what you mean. Like when everyone like collectively.
Yeah, like the pitchfork thing. You know what I mean? Type shit. It's giving Salem witch trials. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, we want that public accountability, but how are we executing it? So I'll stop here and then I'll let you.
Okay.
You can come in now.
So I am for cancel culture.
Yes, girl.
Because I think we should bring back shame. And some people need to be shamed out of talking publicly. And maybe people should be scared of what they should be saying online.
Fair.
I think in some spheres, like the Andrew Tates and people who are having harmful discord and spreading harmful rhetoric, cancel them, make them go into a little cave or dungeon and never to be seen again. I think in terms of like accountability, like, you know, people act better when they think that there's like consequences for what they say and their actions, right? So you wouldn't say stupid shit if you were like, I am going to get cancelled for it. I think recently, I don't know if you watched, guys, there's going to be a lot of Love Island references because that's my bag right now. So Love Island, in the US one, I think Sierra.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, the one where she used like
the first episode.
the racial slur, right? Not the one that they just removed.
What? I don't even want to say it actually.
She used the racial slur for Asian people.
Asian eye features.
And she came out, she did her apology video, but I think she also showed that she's getting a lot of racial, like a lot of threats. Like people are threatening her family, people are threatening like her in general and all of these things. I don't believe that's right. But I think cancel culture in terms of like, make her accountable, make her like be accountable in a public sphere as well. And also like make her consequences a reflection so other people wouldn't do it. People will be like, okay, this is a racial slur and it's not hee hee ha ha. Like we actually should like think about the things we're saying. But I'm a big believer in like, in this day and age where people just be talking and like, says the one who's on a podcast, but in this sphere where like everyone is just talking and like people are just sharing their lives like crazy. I think we need to bring back shame a little bit, because sometimes I'll be on TikTok and I'll hear someone like publicly telling everyone something and I'm just like, babe, you know, like the internet is forever. Like let's bring back shame and like, you know, let's chill out a little bit.
Yeah. So I hear that. I do.
Okay, go.
But, and I think that Andrew Tate's red pill looks maxing incel vibe thing is a good example.
Okay.
But when you were talking, it made me think like yes, bring back shame. But once again, like how are we ensuring that it's for the greater good and not just to fuel people's sick desire to see someone fail? You know what I mean? Because it's kind of similar to, like, I was just thinking like corporal punishment, right? Where you could, they say, spare the rod, spoil the child, which is a form of, you know, accountability.
Sure.
But a lot of people argue against corporal punishment because you can hold a child accountable without having to go to that extreme. So you could use that analogy within cancel culture to say, do we need to go to that extreme?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes? Oh, yes. So you're for corporal punishment?
No, not for corporal punishment. In terms of cancel culture, if we use that analogy, like, I don't think it really works, because as much as like there'll be like a half, or even if we say like a 70% of people like saying like, no, you're cancelled, this person did bad. There is also the 30% which like go in and stand for the person. So I think in terms like it's hard to reach accountability in internet age because like you will always find your place. You will always find your home and people who agree with what you're saying. So like in terms of like actually reaching accountability, mass people can cancel you and you will find safety in them and you don't have to have accountability. But it makes more of an impact that like, yo, what you did or said is wrong, when it's like a majority of the masses are like, we do not want to hear from you. We do not want to hear your opinions. You need to take some time out and reflect, and you want to come back. But if you like, but we don't want the same thing from you.
But you see, the thing is, does it even work? Because at the end of the day, like, okay, cancel, like, are we helping? I don't want to say helping because you don't have to help someone, but are we facilitating someone's capacity for change? Because for most people that I can think of who've been cancelled, they've not just been cancelled once, they've been cancelled multiple times. You know what I mean? And it's just like, then you just become the one who's cancelled, but you still maintain your internet presence. Like at some point, it even loses its value, because then you're just like, everyone gets cancelled. They started cancelling everybody at one point. And so then it lost its poignancy. And so what's the point? You know, to what end is what I'm saying? Because if we're executing it in such a way where it's simply for people to feel a sense of shame, go and hide, and then come back, are we actually helping people to take that accountability, to sit down and reflect, you know? And are there avenues through which we can do that in the public sphere? You know what I mean? I think we can, and it's just about the desire to do so. So cancel culture as it stands, in my opinion, I just don't think it's the right avenue through which to really help facilitate someone's personal development. It is not necessarily the onus of the public to facilitate someone's development. But bear in mind, like on the flip side, when you have people who are good, for instance, like the Keanu Reeves, like they say he's like, you know, he's the best man on earth, because he actually really is, honestly.
I know, he's so cute. I know, like he's been through so much. Oh my God,
yeah. He's like, shout out to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, no, he's actually so cute.
Shout out to you, Keanu Reeves. You know you're watching this. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, Keanu Reeves, people like him, they get a lot of what do you call it? Like public love. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when he goes on interviews or whatever, like there's people like that who, and to an extent, you could say like, oh, that probably helps to facilitate their personal development, because they feel this sense of alignment with, you know, their community, with their audience. Like people see them and they know that, oh, I'm not a hated person.
But does everyone deserve that?
I mean, then we'd have to break down what it means to deserve love and to deserve hate. You know what I mean? Do people deserve hate?
I could argue yes.
I think there are some people who deserve true public vitriol, to be fair. Like, and I'm talking, like, to me, these are like the Netanyahus. You know what I mean? Like, we've reached like people who are inflicting mass harm on people.
Babe, like they deserve public hate.
Absolutely. I think the Netanyahus and the Trumps and the people who deserve public vitriol. Yeah, they do deserve public vitriol, because at the end of the, like, there's no, you know, sometimes, as much as I very much strongly believe like in personal development and like people, almost everyone being able to redeem themselves. You know who's a good example right now? Ukunza Kinte.
Oh, we're gonna get into this.
Yes. Yes. Let's do it.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because this one is a perfect example.
Here we go.
Because he is not a perfect victim, but you could still say he's a victim.
Here we go. Okay. Oh my God.
Shall we?
I might get cancelled after. Actually, no, I don't know.
No.
Okay, so I can only speak to what I know of, like a public persona of someone. I can't speak to the personal of him.
Yeah, of course. Like,
right.
We're going off of what we've seen.
So let's just caveat that. Okay. So in terms of him, I think cancel culture, I think actually would be good for him. Would actually help him, because I think at this point it looks a bit like he's like addicted to the fanfare, whether it's good or bad, that he gets off the internet and he gets off Instagram. And as someone who is suffering from mental health and all of those things, I don't think anchoring your opinion and anchoring how you feel about yourself in based on like other people is the healthiest thing to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you might need to be cancelled for your own good. And I think also like in like media publications, in regular people, in people who've interacted with him, all of those things, claiming that like the way he goes about things is harmful to people who are actually suffering the things that he's going through. And it's creating harm, honestly, for people who are like, okay, I don't have to try and work through things, or maybe, you know, all of those things. I think sometimes just go lie down someplace. You know, sometimes just go like talk to a therapist. Sometimes just like take a minute before like, you know, saying some things or posting some things or defending some things. And I think in terms of accountability of what you were talking about, people have tried the soft accountability with him, and it's deleted comments, it's arguments, it's
fuck off, Erica.
Like, yeah, fuck off. Or it's basically like you don't want to hear it. So what's the next step if we want you to take accountability? We have to like as a collective be like, we don't want you in our sphere anymore. We are not engaging with you. And cancel culture doesn't mean like, oh, go and sit in some hole somewhere. Cancel culture can be like, we have chosen not to engage publicly in what you do anymore. We have chosen not to give you the money through however, like Substacks or like, you know, Instagram, what, you know, the things. Monetization and social media. We've chosen not to do that. So that's how you're being cancelled. Yeah. Right. So yeah.
See, so the reason I said that that's a perfect example is because I think the way in which Okunte Kinte has been dealt with in the public sphere is actually largely the way in which I think an individual could be held accountable within the public sphere, as far as what I've seen. And so, like you said, it's been not even necessarily a softer approach, but just a more intentional approach. And I think that's by virtue of the topic he was speaking of, you know, like he went in with euthanasia. That's something that, you know,
it's controversial.
It's controversial. And a lot of people, like, you know, when someone expresses a desire to end their life, even through like such a dignified route, most regular people are going to empathize with you, right? And then he exists within the corner of the internet, which is creative, artistic. A lot of artists are sensitive. A lot of them have probably dealt with, like you said, a lot of the issues that he's dealing with, and so they can empathize with him greatly. And so Ogunta Kinte is similar to the people like Belle Gibson and what was the other one? Anna Delvey.
Yeah.
So, okay, you let me not do a whole character.
Controversial. I don't think Anna should have been cancelled, but that's like beside me.
She wasn't cancelled though, was she?
I mean, I think, okay.
People love Anna Delvey.
I love Anna Delvey.
Yeah.
I'm like, eat the rich.
Eat the rich to be rich? I don't know about that.
I mean, girl.
Like, I eat the rich.
Eat the rich. And also, she was brilliant. It's the only thing that, like, failed her, from the movie version anyway, failed her is the fact that, like, she didn't actually have the money. But in terms of, like, the expertise, the personality, the character, like, she was rich just without the money. She had the audacity of the rich. Like, she was everything rich but the money. Obviously, scamming her friends was
I'll
like
give her
techie.
funny. I'll give her funny. She's funny as hell. I don't know if I expertise. I think everyone else just.
Did you see her interview with Z-Way? Okay, she did an interview with Z-Way.
Oh, is that the podcaster who's like super funny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time Z-Way would ask her questions that was going to catch her out, her answer was so brilliant because she was just like, what are you talking about?
She just said a whole lot of nothing.
She said a whole lot of nothing, or she'll just do this look. And then Z-Way would be like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. She's funny as hell. But like, if you're well, I can't say that because she did scam like a lot of probably intelligent people.
But they have
it's
money,
kind of similar to like how it's so easy. Like, you know, like people think that they wouldn't get indoctrinated into a cult and like you would. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we've deviated. Back to the point. Okuntakinte and public accountability. I think the avenue through which most of the people, especially within the Reddit sphere, have handled this has been pretty intentional, if you ask me. I think when a lot of people caught on to his machinations, they then were like, oh, this is a potential grift, a potential scam, right? Mm-hmm. And also at the end of the day, I mean, we can't say 100% if it is. Like, the man is claiming that it's not. So who are we? I'm just going based off of what...
The people who had dinner with him.
To be fair. Yeah. That was, they did say. I mean, they said it wasn't great, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a scam. Like, they were fed. It's not like they went there and there was no food. You know what I mean?
No.
It was just the experience.
No, he was coming to their house and said, you need to pay for my...
Oh, that. Sorry, I was thinking of fucked up the dinner thing that he does with his bestie.
No. I'm talking about the Last Supper where...
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's because he's late or he cancels. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a grift. And then he asks for the transportation, but he says he's always... Like, would it rub you the wrong way? Absolutely. And it's like, oh, yeah, he could potentially be, like, taking our money. But it's, like, also to, like, not to diminish the value of any amount of money, but if he were really trying to scam, like, I doubt £25 fare. It's like, it doesn't amount to much. I would say like his Substack and the dinners that are paid for, and then the virtual dinners are a bit more of like what I would say is a scam. And he did pay back some of them that when he didn't show up, like he refunded and things of that nature. Like, that's what I mean by like, he's a really good example of someone who does deserve public vitriol to an extent. For me, specifically because of the unpaid artists. Yeah. You know, everything after that is sort of, some are clear. Like, I don't think he should be charging people to have dinners with him virtually. It really makes no sense. Like, how much drink water. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, like, water is great. Anyway, and I think the dinners, he's fucked up individuals dinners or whatever it is, fucked up dinners is, I mean, he's doing it with his friend, and fair enough. Like, people get fed. I don't really think that one is a scam. I think it's just, I think what makes it feel scammy is the fact that he's capitalizing off of his poor mental health to kind of bring together, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird where it's like, I'm like a mental health influencer, but not to get better. It's to get worse. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Why I think is a scam, because I think recently, a couple of months ago, this Dutch newspaper or online thing released the thing. Sent it to you. And he's like, obviously, how long has he been talking about euthanasia?
Since last year, like October.
I think it's been a bit longer than that.
No,
it's been a bit longer than
when he announced his thing. When he announced it was December, no?
Okay, I'm not sure.
Because we're in July. Like, it's been a while. This year has been at least 7 months.
Fair.
So I think it was December. I think he made the post in December, but I think, I'm going off of the Reddit. I think he said something maybe a little bit before, but what I remember is like December.
Okay, fair. Regardless, he's talked about like, I'm going to do euthanasia. Yeah. But you can't announce something like that so publicly when you haven't even like made the steps to do that, right? Yeah. Like, the first thing was like, are you registered as, like, do you have an address? And they were like, no. Like, he even said himself, he hasn't even done like the step one to get to like what it is to euthanasia. And I think if you had pure intentions and it wasn't like a thing where you wanted to make it not even a grift, even if you just wanted like public reaction to like, oh my God, this person's gonna do that. Yeah, sensation about it. You would actually explain what it is and like the steps, and also like
just be intentional about
it. Be like, okay, this is what I want to do, and I know it's going to take a number of years. Like, if you want to come on my journey with me whilst I do this, but it's going to be a long one, because like, but given deadlines of like it's going to happen in April, it's going to happen in June, I think it's just a bit.
And then deleting the post that said that.
Yeah,
unless there's a Nelson Mandela effect happening, because I very much remember like he hinted towards the fact that it was going to happen this year, specifically because when he released the Calendly to sign up for a Last Supper, he was like, he's not going to put any more than August or something, because he doesn't know what his chapter holds after that. You know what I mean?
Do you understand?
Which was like,
babe,
it was basically, and then, oh God, anyway.
Babe, I could understand it's like, okay, maybe you're in a place where like, clearly you're not well and you don't want to be here. Like, okay, I understand that. But like, you're saying too many different things. And I understand that maybe in the place your head is at, like, you are saying too many different things because a lot of things are going on. But you're bringing it to a public forum, and it's not you with like 200 followers. You have like thousands of followers at this point. You have an ethical and like responsibility and a conscious responsibility to be like, what am I actually saying?
Yeah.
What am I putting out there? And with that, I'm just like, yeah, you might need to be cancelled, because I need you to take a couple of steps back and actually think about what you're doing. Actually, like, get help, seek help for yourself. Like, seek help, because even in the article, it was like, have you had therapy? Are you going through therapy? And he was like, no, I'm not going through therapy.
Like, his thing of saying treatment resistant wasn't actually true.
Because he
hadn't actually sought enough treatments to be treatment resistant.
Exactly.
Yes. But bringing it back to like the cancel culture, public accountability thing, when you were just talking, I was remembering like, oh, so many people, and I don't want to say fell for it, because there's actually a lot of people who like really felt a sense of hurt when they realized, you know, his past and like everything, and kind of the fact that the sort of euthanasia mental health thing was a sort of pivot / potential smokescreen for the lack of payment to the artists. You know what I mean? A lot of people felt hurt when they realized that, because a lot of them supported him because they were like, you know, this is a really raw and real representation of what, you know, treatment resistant, poor mental health can be, and like how it affects us as a society.
And
vulnerability. He's giving us everything, and this is so
beautiful.
Raw, so real. It's beautiful. And so much so that even people like SZA and Channing Tatum, I don't know, or maybe Channing Tatum was before, but I know SZA for sure. And what that brought up to me, again circling back, is that one of the reasons why I'm against cancel culture is because of the way we interact with the internet. Most people don't do a good job of researching things that they see, right? And so with cancel culture, it's really easy to just hop on a bandwagon, especially if, let's say, it's a celebrity that you, for your own personal reasons, you don't like, or you just always never really cared about them. And then it's kind of fun. Sometimes people have this fun with just like seeing someone being shit on, because again, like we all deal with low self-esteem from time. Sometimes it's nice to see like, oh, someone's being shit on, you know what I mean? It makes me feel better about myself, which is something we all need to sit down and reflect on. And that's why I don't necessarily think cancel culture is good, not even just for the person who's being canceled, but for society as a collective. Because how does it develop us? Like, if you're sitting there, in this case, I would say with Okunza Kinte, for instance, again, very unique situation, because you could divide him into two. You could say the Okunza Kinte that scammed these artists is a separate Okunza Kinte from the Okunza Kinte who's this mental health strange influencer, right? Obviously, the two merge, but in my head, sometimes it's like two different problems, because I would prefer a much harsher approach for the artist that was scammed. With the mental health thing, because of the nuance of mental health, I would take a more, not necessarily less harsh or less
like
firm,
more
tentative, just a little more careful with that sort of thing, just because. But I do think that is also still like a public accountability thing. But if we focus on him and the scamming of the artist, that becomes the way it's been dealt with. I think that is absolutely how it should be dealt with. And then I think there even needs to be more. Like, I don't think there's been enough of a spotlight of the way he has fucked with these people's lives. Like, not only did you exploit their labor, because
you stole their money.
Visual arts is not some, you don't just sit there and like, you know what I mean? Like, you literally have to use your body to create the bloody paintings. And and also the weird the weird portraits that he made them make of him with their style. It was just strange. And also the amount of work that they had to churn out.
For the amount of time, buying their own, like, their stipend, stealing their money after their art was sold.
Foster Sechima. Is that Foster Sechima? Okay, well, I hope that's Foster. Foster, especially, I think he's the one who's owed the most. I think he's the one who took it to court, actually. And so I just feel like it's really, like, when we think of cancel culture, like, at that point, it's not even cancel culture. Like, Foster is holding this man accountable. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's saying, because sometimes people will you have to make a big stink sometimes for people to take you seriously. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like, no, you think you can do this behind closed doors, I'm going to expose you. Yeah. I think that's more like exposition. It's like what Anas does. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's exposition of an unsavory character.
Okay. You said something that I was just like, oh my God, I have a perfect example for this. You were like, there's hardly an experience where in like cancel culture where canceling the person makes them like a better person, or like not like that, but along those lines of like, how do you know it's going to make them a better person?
Yeah, like
this is fictional, but it's fictional. So there's this Black Mirror episode.
Okay.
Where it's like
Black Mirror. Which one is this? Oh, is it White Bear?
No.
White. Yeah, White Bear.
Actually, White Bear is a good one.
Yeah.
White Bear is a great one. We'll circle back. Okay. White Bear. In here. But the one where she basically, like, they live in the future where like everyone is rated, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
like if you go before like three stars,
credits,
like
the credits,
yes,
something credits,
and she gets cancelled, and she's like living in this really idealistic, non-realistic life where she's living up to everyone's expectations because of what the internet
on crack.
Right. It's how literally what we're living now. Yeah, right. How people show up on the internet,
stylized,
exactly.
Like your representative.
Yeah, for the appeal of everyone, right? And then I think it's called Nosedive actually. So where she nosedives in her ratings, and now it's like she can't get a cab, like all these things that she had access to, and she goes through a process of like actually finding out who she is and finding beauty and joy and being like, okay, what is it that I want? And it was a form of she was cancelled. She was cancelled, and with that she was able to like get back to authenticity. I think a lot of people who do things, like a lot of influencers or people like who want to be in the media space that do things for sensation. Yeah. Like they lose themselves, and sometimes they go to a place where it's like you do need to be cancelled because like
you're like your wake up call.
Yes, you're not doing it for the right reasons, and we can tell that, and like, you know, it's harmful. Yeah. So you need to be cancelled. Now White Bear.
White Bear's insane.
Honestly, that was my first ever like episode of Black Mirror. That's the first episode I ever saw. Whoa. I remember my brother was watching it and I started watching it, and this was like like years and years ago. I think I was in like high school. Like White Bear is like high school.
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror. Yeah. In the UK ones, because you know they first started making them in the UK. They were on like Channel 4.
So some of them are old, and then they were put on Netflix later.
Yeah, they're old. They're like Black Mirror is like a UK show that was on TV and then later put onto Netflix.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So back in high school, and I was watching the show, and I was just like, oh, okay, like, yo, stop trying to kill this woman. Like, what the hell?
You know, like.
And then I was just like, and then obviously it all came out, and I was just like, that is a great way to cancel someone. Like, it's a very much like visceral representation of what canceling someone looks like.
But you know what they did really well? It did kind of ask you at the end, like, is this too far? when it did like the whole behind, you know what I mean? Because the episode didn't end with the humiliation ritual.
Yeah, it showed
like them
the
gearing
park,
up, people buying tickets and
them
buying the things to throw at her. You know, it kind of did ask at the end, not for long, but it put that question there.
It's a sticky one because it's like, if you really enjoy hating on someone that much, it's like, get a job, get a hobby, like, okay. But also, she did a really terrible thing. She did a really terrible thing. And it's also like, you probably should get some hate. And who's going to do it if it wasn't me?
But you know what it is? I think it's more so this, like, because it doesn't need to be viewed by the public. Like, she could be going through that in a jail cell. You know what I mean? Like, all they have to do is strap her into the chair, right? And then but you like,
she, like, the whole premise was that she needed to feel the fear that the little girl felt.
But she feels sorry. They need the scene. People need to be there for this to work. They still could do all that, but people don't need to buy tickets to watch. Like, the actors and everything, like, they can remain, but it's the commodification. It's the capitalistic nature of commodifying someone's fear, which is still a strange thing. Like, you can punish someone without commodifying it.
I mean, yes, 100%. I don't think we should commodify everything, but I think they would have just like put a TV camera in there, if I'm being honest, if the people didn't go. But I think it also added to like the fear of like what the girl felt. Like, everyone was looking for her and people were looking at her, but like saying help and wanting help, but like people wouldn't give her help. They were just watching her suffer, and that's the same experience she went through.
To be fair, I mean, yes, like I think they really did a great job, because it's what they use, which is, you know, the little girl being kidnapped and then also being sexually abused by them, or at least the boyfriend, and then the woman like enabling that. It's one of those things, because, you know, children are literally our most precious
sweet baby angels.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you're kind of getting the most angry someone can be at something, you know what I mean?
I think honestly,
so it's a perfect example. And there is a part of me that's just like, yeah, let the bitch burn. No, for real, like, that's a big part of me. Yeah, let the bitch burn. I don't give a fuck. But then I'm just like, okay, but then how? So similar to cancel culture, because cancel culture didn't just start with like canceling everybody, right? It did start with like there was one that was really interesting. Logan Paul, the suicide forest, Japanese suicide forest. You literally filmed a dead body. Like, are you sick?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
and
sick.
So it's like canceling someone like that, which, bear in mind, they have a fucking HBO show. I'm so chronically online.
Also, like, I think it's a weird thing, because like in the rogue, like, early days of YouTube and internet culture, do you know what people were filming?
No, it was actually
like
crazy.
It was chaos. People were filming like all sorts of things that I didn't want to mention.
No, literally.
So like they should be cancelled, but like
there's so many family channels which are just like violation of human rights. Like, what in the child labor is going on?
Listen, okay,
you know?
we might not have time for this because we need to go on to the next thing. But let me just quickly mention, there's this TikTok family. The lady has like 12, 13 kids. And like, I think she has a pregnancy addiction, right? No, that's actually a thing. She's got a pregnancy addiction. And she she just loves having babies, right? And like, these babies are all homeschooled. They have like multiple, like there's reports of like multiple broken bones, whatever. It's just sketchy. And recently a video came out where she like announced to her kid, like the kid's like, oh, I have another baby. And you can see like the two oldest girls were just like,
oh, brother.
Brother. Yeah, like they were so upset. And I was just like, yeah, because they're probably like second mommy, third mommy.
Yeah.
Do you know? Sorry.
Mommy.
Mamacita. I'm a mommy. A mommy of a dog.
Mommy?
No, I'm a mommy. I have a daughter.
Mommy? Mamacita?
I think it's so funny. If someone made a dubstep remix to it.
Are you a Nicolandria stan?
I am. I am for her. She's just fine as hell.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
she's
for
a
Landria. Nick, you're lucky.
He knows that.
He knows that.
Okay, so I think we need to wrap up. So you tell us what you are for or against. I don't know how well these arguments are made because you just chatted, but like, okay, tell us. But the next part,
this is not a debate society.
Yeah. The next part, tears, sorrows, prayers.
I keep forgetting that we're doing this today. Tears, sorrows, prayers.
Tears, sorrows, prayers. You can tell them. Wait, what's that thing where she uses like the very no. It's no, Candace from like Real Housewives, where she uses like the tiniest bit of like the corner of a tissue to make sure her tears don't drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Let me.
All right.
Let's get some clickbait.
Are you, girl, be serious. Be serious. Okay.
You just prepping your mind here. Is it giving?
Yeah. Oh my God. Are you okay?
How do I talk?
Okay.
Sorrows, prayers. It is with great pain that I must announce my departure from the Sankasa podcast. A moment of silence. Okay, wrap it up.
Okay. Sorry. Tanika.
I will be leaving the Sankasa podcast. Yes.
Okay. She's leaving. She's
Aww.
on. I know, I'm so sad. She's onto bigger,
Greener pastures.
Literally. No, like
literally. You'll see.
Yeah. It's coming.
It's coming.
But she's leaving us. Not forever, I don't think.
No, I'm sure I'll come back as like
will.
a guest or you know, we'll see how this works. But I'm leaving, life, Charlie, life. We all move in different directions in life. We're not gonna give you any cliche nonsense.
Yeah, I know, but
just letting you know.
I'm really excited for her. She's starting a new chapter and like things she's passionate about and she loves. Mm-hmm. But she'll come back at some point.
I'll be back.
But for Sankasa, next season we're gonna have even more co-hosts, more friends, more guests. It's still gonna be same vibe.
It's gonna be the key.
Not same
and you
vibe,
get
but
to
better
see
vibe
more
too.
and more of this one, who is in fact the face, the founder, the mother of this ship.
But it's exciting. I'm excited for you
though.
and sad, selfishly.
Yeah,
but excited for you.
I'll literally still be around.
Yeah, no, literally. I'll just
no, literally.
Okay, yeah,
we're like 20 minutes from each other.
Yeah, no, it's sad for you guys because you don't get to see her. But I get to see her. So yeah. But is there anything you want to say before?
Oh, I mean, I feel like I just want people to like really engage with the Sankasa podcast because I think what Rowena is doing and also is going to continue to do is something that will grow into something you're going to want to have been around to have seen the development of, you know what I mean? Like, I want you guys to cheer her on and I want you to really flourish.
Oh,
and
God,
grow
you actually
and
made me
do what
cry.
you need to
I'm a
do.
crybaby.
I know you're a
Stop.
crybaby.
I'm actually... Where's my tissue? I'm joking.
Like, here's some.
No, thank you. I really
but yeah,
appreciate
no. So
you.
because this is a very intentional lady here, she is going to want to move this where I don't even know, but I don't want to say all the things you've said about where you want to take it, but I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be really fun. And I think it's going to be maybe something that, Ghana needs as far as, because, she's going through so many different experiences as she enters into the industry of media and like as a Black woman, especially, So I just think it's going to create a new space for the stories, for the media that we actually want to listen to. Mm-hmm. And I think that is going to help with all of our developments and, our development as a country. Obviously, that's a lofty goal. Don't get me wrong. We're talking about years in advance. Don't say that.
Okay,
Don't
sorry.
say that. Don't say that.
Sorry, Leo friend. She's not Leo, but like
I'm basically
I'm a
Cancer
she's like
Leo cast.
would not let you say anything bad about yourself.
No, because I believe in the power.
But I appreciate you. And I think like the next part for you, I think is like so you.
Yeah.
Very, very, very much you. And like the things she's creating, I think you guys will love it and you'll resonate with it because it's like things that you should know about, but done in a palatable way and in a way that can be that can be practiced by everyone, and things that we should be conscious about, to be honest, especially in a place where like it's so easy for us to do, or should be easy for us to do, I would say. And it's really exciting.
Yeah.
But with that being said, round of applause to you. Thank you for joining us for Sankasa Season 1. You have been the best, greatest co-host.
The only co-host. So.
Yes, but I couldn't have imagined starting it with anyone else but you. So I really appreciate you.
I think Space could have done a good job.
I mean, she chats too much, to be honest. She just be talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really appreciate you. Love you.
Appreciate all of this and everyone here.
So that's a wrap on Sankasa Season 1. Join us for season 1 for the whole year. Yeah.
Sorry. You see? I'm not good at this.
That's a wrap for Sankasa Season 1. Join us for Season 2 next year for bigger, better, great things. New guests, new friends, new co-hosts. Follow us on Sankasa Podcast on Instagram, Sankasa on TikTok, to keep up with us. We have more exciting things coming. And also, as always, thank you to our GCR team for being the greatest hostess with the mostest. And all this wouldn't actually be happening because of them. So y'all better follow them. Thank you. Bye.